Hi, everybody. Welcome to CiCi's Pizza in Liberty, Missouri. I am Rick Cole, and this is Dustin Combs. It is the meet and greet for Jewel softball here at CiCi's Pizza. And, Dustin, I know you have done this for how many years now?
I think we counted it's in our 8th year of doing the meet and greet, and we love the night itself. We just have an opportunity to meet some of the softball community in the Kansas City and Liberty area, and Ray Downey has always been such a great supporter of our program, and it just makes sense to have it here.
Yeah, and he does a great job with all our athletics, and I know on our broadcast as well, so we certainly want to thank him, and we'll talk to him here in a little bit. But I wanted to get a little background on, first of all, let's talk about the season, because you've got the season coming up. I think you're leaving on Thursday for the first road trip.
Correct, yes. We're going down to Bentonville, Arkansas in the 8-state classic, and, we've practiced just about as much as we can practice at this point, and it's time to start playing. And I know our girls are very excited to take it to the field, and we'll play, at least as scheduled, 6 games in 3 days.
Well, and I want to talk to you more about that and all of this kind of thing. But again, a reminder that we are at CiCi's Pizza. This is the live version. We'll put an archive version on our website as well at jewelcardinals.com. And we'll have some of your players on here to visit. I think you've got all the seniors lined up. And how many seniors lead this team?
We have 5 seniors, and all of them play a major role in what we hope is a successful season. Starting with Aaron Kramer behind the plate, Shelby McGraw is a pitcher, outfielder, and can play first base, and we'll find her hitting somewhere in the middle of the lineup. Nona Pauline, we're hoping to have her at some point this season to help us again in the circle, but until that point, we're going to have a pretty solid center fielder and what she can do out in the outfield, and then also hit somewhere in the top of the lineup. Megan Barnes will be a returning starter at shortstop, and coming off of a year where she was plagued with injuries, and looking for her, and especially the way she's practiced the entire season, really excited about her senior year at shortstop. And then Morgan Olson, just a real good, solid outfielder that has competed extremely hard this fall and early spring, and we expect for her to
now who's this?
You're on camera.
These are some of the Jewel softball players here at CiCi's Pizza, and we've got a chance for you to see some of the people that have come out tonight. But and I wanted you to go back to the players here, but I was just going to tell everybody what you're seeing is your players, but you will also invite the community out, and especially some younger softball players. Yeah,
over the last several years, our program has gained a lot of attention and support from the community, and we've really wanted to push not just our program but softball to the public and grow the sport. When we started this event, it tended to be 3rd to 5th graders, and as you see now, this meet and greet has turned into not just youth softball but also very competitive players in the area that I think really, if they haven't already committed to us, consider us one of their top spots to be in a program. And we never know how many's going to show up, but last year roughly about 100 softball players and parents in the community were here for the meet and greet. And I think it just, softball right now is growing tremendously.
Absolutely,
and, Kansas City in the outlying areas has been a place where some really great players are coming out of, and I think it's real important that for what we expect from our team and how they carry themselves on, and most importantly tonight off the field, that we create some type of role model for young players, and really, like I said, even high school age kids want to be around them and spend some time kind of just getting to know them off the field.
Yeah. Dustin Combs is our guest here, and this is the CiCi's Pizza meet and greet for Jewel softball that start their season this weekend. And you were going through some of your seniors before I so rudely interrupted you.
Well, I think that was Erica getting in the camera. I was finishing there with Morgan Olson, who's very solid in the outfield and has competed really hard this past fall and early spring, and really looking for her to have a great senior year as well. I think all 5 of them will contribute tremendously, and like I said, and hopeful of a successful year.
And like I said, we'll have some of the players here. In fact, all of the seniors will meet with them, chat with them a little bit, as well as Ray Downey here from CiCi's Pizza. Last year, you guys a little disappointed with your season. I know that. And this year, I think in preseason, you were picked 4th in the West. I don't understand that. You guys are much better than that.
Well, I think that where we're picked to finish is probably about where we should have been picked. We certainly were not happy with the way our season ended.
And yet, what was your overall record last year?
Record-wise, we had a 30-win season, and 30 and 21. The problem was we didn't win enough in conference, and our conference is so strong and a lot of parity, and the top 2 or 3 teams might pull away from the rest of the pack, but really anybody in our conference can win on any given day, and I think that missing the postseason last year for the first time in 8 seasons, our seniors and returning players haven't forgotten that, and I hope that that's what they use for motivation moving into the season. Understanding that we have to, can't look past anybody, regardless of conference or non-conference, because the way we put our schedule together, everything is going to be, it's going to help determine whether we can make a region. Depending on how we finish the conference, that they go through the regional rankings, and you can have a strong year in the conference and still not make the tournament. So, you have to put it all together, and our players have got to understand that there's not a single game on our schedule that isn't meaningful.
Dustin, talking about motivation, we got a chance as a staff today to go out and see the improvements made to your softball facility, including a team room now, restrooms for the public, and just a real upgrader for your facility. You guys got to be thrilled about that. What was the reaction of the girls when they saw it?
Well, yeah, Rick, like you said, we had some tremendous things happen out at our complex, and all of those things that, everybody on our campus deserves, and it just hopefully it's a trickle effect that we start seeing more facility improvements. Our girls were actually really blown away by the the way it turned out.
I was blown away. I've been looking at it today. It's neat.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's something that I think our girls have always had a lot of pride in our program, and having something like this where they can spend more time together as a team, having wireless internet and the Apple TV and an opportunity to not only use it as a place to study, but also for just hanging out and enjoying the space we have, I think is going to really bond us even more. And, I think certainly it's a great recruiting tool. Dr. Salih had made that something that I know he wanted to see come to fruition, and he and Dr. Bailey, and then a countless number of people on campus that made it happen.
It was all put together by our facilities department, correct?
It was, and there was a few things that they had contracted out, but for the most part, and I would say probably 90% of what went on out there was done by our facilities crew, and the work that they did was outstanding, and they really took ownership in it, and I think that was probably the thing that we see from the result, is that it was very meticulously done, and they took a lot of pride in their work.
I'll tell you one thing, though, we need to do, because I always describe it as being part of the Spratt Sports Complex. The playing surface is really, really well done. You and Jeff do a tremendous job on that. We need a name for the facility now, though. It's instead of just the Spratt Sports Complex or the softball field. Can we get a name here going on?
Well, I think what you just said is exactly right. We used to feel like we just had a field. With this new addition, I think now we can call it a complex or a facility, and something that we feel.
I wish I had some pictures of it to show you, but there will be some things online here, I would imagine, and certainly in our broadcast coverage, we're going to highlight.
Yeah, we and if they're not friends of our program on Facebook or Twitter, we really threw it out there on social media last night, and one thing that was really fun to see was the reaction, the video of the girls
walking
in and seeing it for the first time, and some were extremely loud and jumping up and down, and the others were almost in awe. I think shocked that it turned out the way it did.
And I'm not a big Facebook user. I really am not, so I didn't see it, but I won't go look at it now because that's going to be neat.
Yeah, it is.
There are so many things we could talk about here, but we're going to bring up some of the players. I think Jeff Bauer, your assistant, I mean, he doesn't make many media appearances, so this is a big day for me that I get to talk to Jeff, but I'm anxious to talk to some of your players as well as Ray Downey, who will join us here from CiCi's Pizza. Dustin, thanks. You're going to be back after a little bit as we do this, the meet and greet here at CiCi's Pizza in Liberty, okay?
Thank you, Rick.
Well, thank you, Dustin, and we'll see you in a little bit. We'll bring up some of the players here in just a moment.